Let's talk about the major flaws of PhD program and why should one consider choosing a DBA program?
See, doctoral in business administration is a very especially if we talk about the Indian context right now, and if we do a comparative analysis between what's happening in India with respect to DBA and when we look at what's happening in the world, one of the major flaws, or we can say pain points or red flags that we when we look at DBA is there is not enough understanding of how uh, actual research has to be done with the quality benchmarks. Unfortunately, India as a
So
country,
you're talking
when we
about
talk,
DBA or PhD? PhD, right?
I'm talking about doctorate in business administration. So what happens is doctorate. It's a classification of a course which is very much which has to be very much aligned with what's actually happening with the pulse of the industry. So the corporate relevance is very, very important, right? What we are seeing is that most of the universities, I'm talking about brick and mortar universities, they find it very challenging when it comes to industry understandings and understanding the value of, for example, people like clinical professors or practices who are basically corporate gurus who need to be in academia also. So the academia connect with the corporate connect is extremely essential if you want a successful DBA, number one. Number two, interestingly, we are in a very interesting paradigm shift right now where a lot of working professionals in India who are at leadership roles, CXO roles, are looking at DBA because A, it adds a lot of value to their career trajectory. B, if they do it from the right place, their own understanding of the pulse of where whatever specialization they take. Let's say if we talk about, I was just giving an example of green economy. So how finance and the economy is going to be by 2030 is going to be very different. So if I'm a leader now, if I want to have relevance in the industry, that DBA is going to give me that relevance. Okay, how do I project and be relevant to the industry by in the next 7 years? Therefore, doctoral in business research is pretty essential. In India, if you would have asked me this question 10 years back, I would say people have not even heard about DBA because now there is a lot of collaborative synergy between partner universities both in India and abroad.
Yes.
And India is a massive market when it comes to academic courses. We are seeing a pretty positive surge in DBA enrollments.